why 90% of people never become wealthy, and how to be the 10%.
If you're watching this video hoping to get rich one day, statistically, you probably won't. But the small group of people who do build real wealth aren't smarter than you. They're not luckier than you either. They just do 5 things differently. And once you see them laid out, you'll wonder why nobody taught you this in school. Here's the number that started this video. According to Federal Reserve data, the wealthiest 10% of Americans now hold just over 68% of the country's total wealth. The bottom half of the population holds around 2.5%. That's not a typo. That's not a conspiracy theory. That's the actual measured gap, and it's been widening for decades. But here's the part most people miss. That gap isn't just about who was born rich. A huge part of it comes down to a handful of financial behaviors. Behaviors that compound quietly over 10, 20, 30 years until the outcomes look completely different. So let's break down exactly what separates the 90% from the 10% and how you can start shifting into that second group starting today. Behavior number 1, treating income as the goal instead of savings rate. Here's a trap almost everyone falls into. You get a raise or a better job, and almost immediately your spending rises to match it. A nicer car, a bigger apartment, more takeout. It's called lifestyle inflation, and it's sneaky because none of those individual purchases feel irresponsible. But 5 years later, you're earning twice as much, and you've saved almost nothing extra. The 90% chase income increases. The 10% chase savings rate increases. That distinction alone explains a massive part of the wealth gap. Behavior number 2, avoiding investing out of fear or confusion. A lot of people keep their savings sitting in a regular bank account for years because investing feels risky, complicated, or for people who already have money. But here's what actually happens to that cash. Inflation quietly erodes its value every single year it just sits there. Meanwhile, money that's invested has historically grown well ahead of inflation over long time periods. Not investing feels safe, but it's actually its own kind of risk. The risk of standing still while everything gets more expensive around you. Behavior number 3, having no long-term system, just short-term reactions. Without a plan, every financial decision gets made emotionally in the moment. An unexpected car repair, a medical bill, a slow month, and suddenly months of progress disappear because there was never a buffer or a system in place to absorb it. The 90% react to money. The 10% have built a system that runs whether they're paying attention or not. None of this means the 90% are lazy or bad with money or making poor choices on purpose. It means nobody sat them down and explained the actual system the 10% are quietly running. So let's fix that right now. Here's exactly what that system looks like, broken into 4 parts you can start applying immediately. The solution: what the 10% do. Number 1, they prioritize savings rate over income size. This is the single biggest mindset shift. Someone earning a moderate income who consistently saves 20% of it will often outbuild wealth compared to someone earning triple that income but saving nothing. The 10% don't wait to have enough left over to save. They pay themselves first. Savings and investing come out immediately, before discretionary spending even gets a chance to happen. Number 2, they let compound interest do the heavy lifting. This is the part people underestimate the most. Imagine 2 people. One starts investing $300 a month at age 25. The other waits and starts the exact same $300 a month at age 35. Assuming a long-term average market return, the person who started at 25 doesn't just end up with a little more money by retirement. They can end up with roughly double what the person who started at 35 has, even though they only invested for 10 extra years. That's not because they invested more money overall. It's because compound growth needs time more than it needs a large starting amount. The 10% understand this instinctively. Starting early beats starting big. Number 3, they build multiple income streams over time. The 10% rarely rely on a single paycheck forever. Over time, they add passive or secondary income sources, dividend-paying investments, rental income, a side business, not as a get-rich-quick move, but as a slow, deliberate diversification of where their money comes from. This isn't about quitting your job tomorrow. It's about recognizing that active income alone has a ceiling. and building additional streams removes your dependence on any single source. Number 4, they treat money management as a system, not a feeling. Instead of deciding in the moment whether they can afford something, the 10% run their finances on autopilot. A framework like the 50/30/20 budgeting rule I covered in an earlier video decides where money goes before emotions get involved. Automatic transfers to savings and investment accounts the day their paycheck lands means the decision to build wealth only has to be made once, not every single month. So here's the truth. The 90% aren't failing because they're bad with money. They're failing because no one ever taught them the actual game being played. The 10% aren't smarter, and most of them aren't lucky. They just save first, invest early, diversify their income over time, and let a system, not willpower, run the show. That's the entire model. It's not complicated. It's just not automatic until you build it to be. Subscribe if you want the rest of this series, because building real wealth isn't about one video. It's about the system, and we're just getting started.